Okay then, I think we are underway, boys and girls, with zero introduction because, you know, these things are just impossible to do, I guess, on BF5. It is, in the UK, 10 PM. In America, that's way earlier. In Saudi Arabia, that's way later. So, sorry to the Saudi Arabians, but we are kicking off here, North America versus KSA, casted by your boy, Tribe Jimmy here. It's going to be an absolute schlabbernucker, folks. Starting off with North America getting a few kills in map, and despite that, they are losing most of the gunfights. I think on the B flag, I say that's probably about even now. 2v2, 1v1, huge win by Stormslayer there to get B for the North Americans, but A hasn't been capped because why the fuck not? You know, no one needs to cap A flag anymore, I guess. I mean, honestly, that is actually a big mistake because they could have been racking up some tickets, and that could be extremely useful against teams this evenly matched. So I hope that doesn't bite them in the ass, because that legit actually could be a pain for them. But no, this should be a very tight match, as I say, between two very skilled teams, but teams which both of them could easily make the semi-finals, and you wouldn't bat an eyelid with them being there, essentially. What we do need to do is share the stream, though. That's for sure. So let's do that while we're also spectating the match at the same time, because multitasking is an amazing skill. So we are just going to do that and just do a lazy everyone tag, because I am that lazy. Fantastic. Okay, we're going to get back to the fucking casting now, shall we? And stop swearing. That's probably a good thing to do. Okay, so having not been watching this early part, it looks like it's going back and forth. I mean, KSA have got back onto B flag. They then lose the gunfights pretty quickly. Unfortunately for them. I mean, this is kind of standard Lofton. I think what you are looking for is, you know, a mid-map control is probably the most important thing that people forget to do. You need people fucking around in, you know, the sort of barrels area to sort of get map control. You can sort of go either way there, or they have to at least respect the fact that you could go either way and accommodate for you. Magic Skills by himself here on C flag for the KSA, but he has got support on the random spawn. That random spawn is a pain in the ass for sure, but it looks like Magic's doing a good job just to sort of stay alive here. I think Jones knows he's around here, but can't really get an angle, especially with Outprints coming off spawn. But this is the 2-cap you can sort of see setting in here for the NA side. They managed to hold this for quite a while now. Then again, the kills come in on the side of KSA, and before you know it, we've got a 2-cap coming in on C and B for KSA. I mean, honestly, after playing against these guys for about a year now, on BF5, yeah, there's some good players in this lobby, that's for sure. You're looking at Storm, you're looking at, you know, Old Prince, you're looking at Faisal, I mean, Magic, you know, honestly, I feel like I'm doing everyone a disservice by not mentioning. Also, you've got an interesting thing with PG, the Xbox team, coming over to PS4 and trying to show their skill on the main sort of competitive Battlefield console. So that's interesting as well, to see how well they perform. See if they're, you know, legit, or if they are, as some people say, just Xbox noobs. Which I'm just joking. Just to be clear about that, but that is the thing. So it'd be interesting. I assume they've got a chip in their shoulder, is my point, to sort of prove that they're legit, and they are seeming to be proving that. Joan with 2 on B. I hope I'm saying Joanne right, or Joan, or something like that. Something similar. But no, honestly, nothing has really changed in terms of the strategy. Very even, which is great to see. I think I've casted 2 6-0s now, or people have casted 2 6-0s on the BWL stream. So it's great to see that we haven't just got an absolute wipeout to start off with. I mean, honestly, you could expect this to go back and forth the whole game. There is nothing to suggest that things will change. You're going to start hopping on with people there, and that's exactly what we don't do that, because people just die instantly. But yeah, I've seen this from the Xbox guys. Strange liking to the... I mean, what? That was strange. I mean, he just got his ass saved by Tupac there, I think. But they do like this sort of like cross sight, which you don't see. I don't think anyone uses on PS4. I'm sure it's great, but 3x scope, you know, hard to argue against it. So you sort of KSA winning the gunfights on B. Luckily, NA have 3 guys on the other side. Again, hard to stress without sounding like a fanboy. But no, basically you've got top players on both teams filling out the full 8 rosters. It's not usually there's a few standout players on certain national teams. You might think about Lithuania. You might think of actually. Ooh. My point is that there's usually top players on every team, and usually you don't see 8 players stacking both teams who are experienced, skilled, and determined to win their games essentially. So everyone's here taking it seriously. I mean, the KSA guys, I think it's like 1 AM, something stupid. So they're taking it seriously. They're showing up on the main stage. But yeah, a solo cast today because I felt like it. I get to sit here, eat some crisps, drink some juice, just chill out with my own thoughts about the game. And mainly right now, it's exactly what you'd expect. I could do play-by-play analysis, but honestly, the trades are coming in so fast that you usually see this at sort of a high level, where one player is probably not going to get a 3-piece at any point during 6 maps. Honestly, you are going to see 2 pieces at most. I bet if you check the kill feed, that probably rings true. You're going to see single gunfight wins being the difference. Can you win your gunfights? Usually in a team-oriented way. But you see there, the pinch coming in from both teams. So, sorry, from both NA players there. You get out of that building real quick. That pinch was huge. Undeathable also gets picked up by Wolfie. I mean, it's weird because the slaying now are heavily in favour of NA, but it doesn't really translate into anything because they already had B flag. Honestly, I don't think this is just a case of, which kills do you get, it's also where you're going to get them. NA now pushing heavy onto A, which is their home spawn, I believe. But again, I mean, there's always a contest. It's never like, apart from B right now, I guess, there's not really. It'd be this time where a flag isn't under pressure at this sort of level. That was a long gunfight, but eventually Phaser comes out on top and gets traded out straight away. See, this is what I'd say by trades. It is just positioning. Sometimes it's just luck. Which player is not looking at you on time can be the difference between surviving and dying. Again, random spawns on this map is probably the most effective random spawn on any map across all 3 flags. A spawn is right there where Al-Harthi is, and B spawn is essentially either side on the low docks here, which is extremely useful. And C is right behind those pillars over there. So every time you take a random spawn on this map, you're back in the action in no time, which is why the pace of this game is so fast. We are basically halfway through. Even Stevens, there's not really much deciding this right now. And I still think the 2-piece thing has rung through. I've seen a few 2 pieces, but most of the time it's just a trade, honestly. Or at least you get a kill, disconnect from the gunfight, and then re-challenge that way. So if that counts as a 2-piece. There we go, we see one finally. With the dynamite 3-piece, there we go. There we go. We finally get one. But no, I think that's just a testament to the skilled levels of these 2 teams. It's going to be like this for 6 maps. It's going to be pretty intense. So I feel bad for the KSA guys that they have to do this so late, but I assure you, if they win, they will be more than happy to have spent their early mornings playing Battlefield 5 against the best players from a continent in North America. So a weird trip cap coming in, but I think North American are going to lose A just in time to avoid the trip cap, but they do get the 2 cap in, and the fact that they have to stay here and cap the flag, it means that they're going to be obviously delayed to come off the flag. Team shot coming in there onto Tupac, he goes down. Wolfie pushing A by himself. I mean, Kameho's here as well behind the truck, but if he loses that gunfight, Wolfie's kind of by himself. He wins a gunfight. Oh, okay, Storm gets the huge spawn there. Instantly traded out by Magic, but it doesn't really matter because that provided enough distraction for Wolfie to hop on the flag. Magic now has to get aggressive against 2 guys. Could easily be 3. Yeah, 2v1. Most of the times the majority holds out, but again, this is what I mean with the random spawns. S3UD coming in with a random spawn, gets a kill. It's just a massive pain in the ass, isn't it? It's like, there's no way to avoid it. It's going to happen unless you want to, you know, you need one guy capping the flag, you need one guy pushing random spawn. I guess they could have done that slightly better, but that's really picking hairs there, if I'm honest. So I'm going to move off A now, because it looks like, I mean, it's hard to pick a flag at this point. There's gunfights going on all down the place. All we know is that C is basically locked down by NA right at this point. B is completely empty, actually, by both teams, which is kind of funny. But you can do this. You can sort of draw this line here as if you're NA and just sort of try and pin them on B. They can actually be more effective than trying to mess around in mid-map. But I do think NA, okay, so they get a massive wave of kills there. Like, basically across the map. It's extremely hard to track because it's happening on all three core, there's probably 4 core areas in the map, and 3 out of 4 of them have got action on right now. The main one being mid-map right now, which we're watching. Wolfie gets a kill, gets traded out by S3. A Bombtrosity could probably trade him out, gets the kill. Trades. Okay, huge gunfight going on in C. I mean, the majority team wins out there, as you'd expect. This is probably when NA are probably going to try and put their foot down and get the win here, because they have got a 2-cap, they have got the line. B is not looking promising, especially, so, you know, you need a player to be able to get, there we go, that's the sort of kills that they need from Magic. The core player on KSA there, he needs to have a huge game against these sort of teams. This is the sort of teams you know, dream about playing against, I guess, and you need to have a huge performance against these guys to show your worth, you know, at the end of the day. How well can you perform when you're called upon at 1 AM in the morning to play against the 8 best players from North America? And so far, this is very interesting. So I thought NA was about to close the game out. They managed to get a triple cap. They kept B. They spawned on C as a team. That's the home spawn. And they also had these guys from B leak to A and get the trip cap here. Magic again with a weird, hard gunfight. I mean, he needs to stay alive here. They can't see him. We can see him because it's glitchy. But they're going to push this room together. A-Bomb gets 1, but again, the majority wins out. This is a huge trip gap from KSA to close the game out. I mean, I assume the next push is going to come on B then. Yeah, there it is. So, NA need to cap B. I think they're going to get it. It depends how much KSA are going to rotate off this flag. Okay, so Wolfie gets a huge kill off spawn there. So the rotation doesn't come in as thick as you would probably like if you're KSA onto B. Because they're going for the trip. Okay, Magic one-on-one with Cameo. Okay, not one-on-one. As Faisal comes in with a pinch, they were able to actually keep B and sacrifice A, so they managed to keep this 2-cap in. KSA, I think just on deaths, I think they could win it. Yeah, there it is. Unbelievable shit. Wow. There we go. Huge numbers. Magic 23 and 8 for the win, but I mean, the majority of the kills came on the NA side. 12-0 on Lofton. It's not exactly a huge pit to fall out of, to come back out of, but again, huge win from KSA to not only just win the map, but also to come back from a deficit there on Lofton with a 12-0 victory. So here we are again on Provence, very small map. You are going to see a lot of SMGs. Obviously, there is a class limit in BWL, which is new to Battlefield 5. I don't think there's been one up until this point enforced. 4 medics. Sorry, 4 assault, 4 medics, 2 support, 2 scout, and that means, you know, you've got to give now. I think it's great in a lot of ways. You've got to give your best players the medic role instead of just saying, okay, we're going to go 8 medics on this map because it's so close quarters and we can revive each other like crazy. You know, you've got to now pick who are your 4 best SMG players. Jones showing why he should be considered as one of the best with a 3-piece. Undeathable again himself gets a 3-piece as well. I think I'm right in saying Wolfie is the last guy alive, gets the revive in. So North America do come out on top there. Luckily for them. So that's good for them. I mean, fortunately, because I'm an absolute noob, the colours aren't synced up. So if you ever get confused about that, that's because I'm an idiot. But in the meantime, I mean, looking over on C here, this is an interesting flag in terms of how teams defend it, because it's not particularly easy to defend due to this really far back random spawn which Faisal is now occupying. Huge kill on Adamant there, by Adamant there to get the kill on his opposing team leader. battle going down there. As soon as you don't have to worry about that sea random spawn, that makes it a lot easier. I'm just going to roam around the map, honestly, because Camille's in an interesting spot there. On top of the church. Someone call Oscar and tell him he's got his spot stolen. But no, I mean, the KSA doing a good job to get 2 flags here, A and B. But I think, honestly, I am just going to float around B because it is the absolute chaos central of the map. It is where you'd expect all this crazy stuff to go down. Al Healthy with the 2-piece there. And Bomb Trusty, last guy here, gets a huge kill onto... Okay, so honestly, you shouldn't really get 2 kills in that situation. He's going to be dead. He's going to be dead there, so no worries. For KSA there. Again, honestly, sometimes there's not much you can do when... at the top level, at times, you can just be unlucky, or you could be lucky. You can get a 2-piece because look, people are looking the other way. You know, someone could bait at just the right time. You could flood the same room at just the right time. Most of the time, it's not an accident, but at times it actually can be. And we've seen, you know, gunfights on B go either way. It's hard to say, you know, which team is better. You know, did they win the gunfight because they were better, or because it's just, you know, a crazy Battlefield 5 gunfight in a very small space, and there's nothing you can do about it. I have noticed a lot of these teams, you see Stormslayer there, barely peeks. Almost gets ripped by a guy leaning. Alprince there gets beamed by Storm. He wants to get the revive in, but he knows that a good other guy's there, and a great pre-aim there. He knows the pressure's coming in off spawn on the left side to B, but he might be too late. I think KSA are going to push straight in onto B. They're not afraid of these gunfights. They are going for it. I mean, they're in a trip cap right now. It is basically equal. So they do need to sort of, you know, get the kills as well as stacking the flag. They have got the majority so far, which is fine for them. But Al Healthy's thinking, oh, I'll stack the flag. Might just gave his position away there. There's 3 guys in the corner there for a second. It's hard to understate how, you know, chaotic this can be during a game, but you know, you gotta really focus and find people in the smoke sometimes. Work as a team, communicate well, and I think just by playing patiently, I guess, in that situation, Arthur's able to stay alive, keep the majority on the flag, and eventually it sort of pays out for KSA. Again, though, the rotations from these teams have been great so far. There's been a lot of flanks. You know, as soon as one team loses one flag, they go, do you know what, forget it, we're already on to the next one, spawn on me, guys. Magic there with a huge win using the SF, absolute melt machine. He's going to have to go huge, though. Gets another one. Adamant's the last guy. No way did he get that one as well. Magic skills with a huge 3-piece on A. Bringing in the 2-cap for KSA there. Amazing pistol whip after killing, you know, 3 top players in the scene in a row. It happens. But no, he's a very, very good player at the same time. So front B now. NA say, okay, fine, 3 pieces on A flag, we don't care, we're just going to stack B. What are you going to do about it? I mean, the response has been, we're going to 3-piece off B. And the kill's still going in favour. Joan gets 1. I want to see if he can work some magic for the NA here. He's going to have to, I mean, it's quite a good, it's an annoying position to defend against, this sort of low area, but as an attacker, you know, he's done well to actually get on the flag there, because you don't want to stay there too long. He knows the guy's in the close left, he doesn't know there's a guy in the right side there, so he, luckily Storm's there, as we get off this one guy down the floor. The kill's coming in from Storm there, huge plays from him. A-bomb. Trying to look at this last guy. They know he's on the flag somewhere, but they don't know specifically where he is. I'm just going to hop over to C here as a few kills come through. I mean, 2-pack is kind of by himself. He's, you know, hopefully spraying into C. I don't see things changing that much over there, but again, like I said, back and forth on this B flag, it can go either way. I also have to point out how destroyed B building is. You know, this whole, like, you know, destroy every known camping spot and have a complete wide open line of sight can make it even more random. You know, you can't rely on that, you know, window ledge that you usually, you know, bipod your gun off anymore, because there is no ledge to bipod off because it's been destroyed. God knows how that building's still standing. Battlefield logic, I guess, with the destruction, but you do need some cover, I suppose. Storm, top SMG Slayer, he almost... I mean, I don't know how he wasn't killed there. He's playing extremely aggressively there. Gets another kill, at least an assist. Peeks on the other side. Takulak comes in. He's there as well. I mean, honestly, just knowing that there's some players roaming around the place, you know that if you get the first kill, you're probably going to get traded out. And it really makes you play at a faster pace. It's which team can keep that up for 6 rounds, you know. First round was very close on Lofferton. This is very close on Provence. Lofferton's sort of like a mid-range map. This is a very close quarters map. For how long can these teams keep this up for? It's going to be an interesting one going forward. NA able to sort of... I think that's sort of the first sort of successful defense we've seen, particularly against like a strong amount of players. Storm trying to laser. Al-Harthi knows where he is. And Deathball knows there's a guy above him. Unable to get the kill there on Kamiho. Hope I'm saying that right. Kamejo, maybe? That's probably better. Do a GCSE Spanish coming in, folks. Wasn't completely waste of time. But I mean, it's thanks to the player outlines you can see in the smoke, these sort of gunfights go down, how chaotic it is, how hard it is to locate. The Joan gets away very quickly, and Deathable's trying to pre-aim him. He's using the ZK, which is an interesting choice. Gets 1 kill. He peeks out in front of him, unable to get the trade. And Deathable stole my skin. I'm pissed. But it's all good. It is all good. I mean, KSA able to take B flag. NA... I mean, they're actually losing C... Okay, so this could be bad for NA here. KSA have gone down by a decent amount because NA was able to hold that 2 cap for a while. And now, this is the thing on Battlefield 5. Teams, you know, feel confident enough to push for the trip cap. Can often get trip cap themselves. Luckily, I think they win. Yeah, there we go. 2 huge gunfight wins onto B. So they won't be trip cap for too long. But there is enough time for them to... for their lead to be neutralized. Especially if they're able to... stalemate B here. 03NB or Wanobi, that's the one, I think. Wanobi? We're going to call him Kenobi or something. I don't mind. Anyway, he's stacking B with Indefinable. This 2v2. Okay, so someone from mid. Okay, huge kills from Al-Harthi there. Able to get one on B to give it to give his teammates a 2v1. They should work this advantage, as they probably will do onto 2-pack. As I say that, they get that kill on B. And the reason they're able to do that is because they got, you know, an unexpected line of sight from this destroyed building from mid, able to pick up the kill. They work the advantage. They secure B. In the meantime, NA were taking C. Al-Harthi again just sprinting around mid, getting 3 pieces and all sorts of stuff. Again, Slayers on both of these teams can go off at any moment. And you see the lead just switching back and forth. I mean, you know, the minimum kills you see is 5 on the KSA side, but most players, you know, are in... I think double digits now across both teams combined. So very fast pace game. A lot of trades coming in. No one going massively positive. I mean, Wolfie's having a great game. Wanobi's having a good game. Stormslayer's having a good game. Jones having a good game. But they are down though. Again, we sort of saw this on NA. I think they won the slaying battle on Lofferton, but they weren't able to translate that necessarily into the flag caps. They are able to capture A though, thanks to a lot of slaying. And we are going to float over here to B, assuming that rotation is going to come in because they know that C is weakly defended. Only got 1 guy, Raspithi, on C flag. They probably will assume KSA will spawn and push C now, knowing that fact. You know, they're on B, they know no one's there, they've just lost A, most people are there, they know that C is probably the weakest flag. They're going to push that now with 3 guys, able to get the kill on Storm. Kameho's the last guy. How heavily NA defends this flag will be interesting. So they get El Prince, but... this is kind of a huge gunfight. This is probably where you're going to see most of the... anything that's going to change in this game is going to happen right about now. Joan lines up perfectly. Faisal able to rip both of them as I get my head stuck in a bush or something. Faisal gets traded out by Storm eventually, looking the wrong way, but... nice 2-piece for him. Unfortunately wasn't able to hold it. As I say that though, KSA are taking over A flag. And Deathable will coming in with some work, but honestly, it looks like NA are going to retake A as soon as they lost it. Essentially, Al Prince here goes down. Raspithi here. I think there's still one more. No, I don't think so. I think we're good. I think they slayed them all out. Oh no, there is 2 more. Magic skills and Faisal coming off spawn, but I mean, it's desperation time now for KSA. NA have retaken the lead again. The amount of lead switches we've had in this game insane. The trip cap could be a killer here in the same way that KSA trip capped NA on Lufferton. They were able to get a trip cap in to win the game on Lufferton, and now it's the other way around. NA coming in with a trip cap. Kameho knows they're going to spawn A random, and that is a very tight, you know, in general, but in the context of this map, in this matchup, 20 tickets gives them an 8-ticket lead. Excuse me. Gives NA an 8-ticket lead going into the next map. Pretty crazy stuff. This is every game, as in all 3 games, are extremely important. You know, not only just by who wins, but how many maps did you win by and how many tickets did you win by, in that order. You know, straight up wins is obviously extremely important, straight up maps is obviously extremely important, but also the tickets, which is why we're keeping an eye on this. It's 1-1, but if this continues, if, you know, we keep trading maps and it's 3-3, the tickets will be the decider who wins this game. Welcome to the stream, guys. Kozia, RZK, welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining. We are hopping in now on Underground. I need to quickly get onto a player because this isn't going to work if we want to do an overhead. Usually the strategy on this map now, I mean, honestly, it's not been out that long, so there's not really a standard strategy, but a lot of teams want to get B and stay in B the rest of the game. You know, they want to build up those fortifications. They want to stay in there. Chill out, have a good time. Unfortunate spawn for the second player there on KSA, but he's actually managed to escape. That must have been a spectator glitch, because Magic just got hit fired from Trams. I don't think that was the case. I mean, huge slaying ability there from NA to open up the game. You sort of see it on the scoreboard. You got to see 2-0, 2-0, 1-2-0, 1-0, 1-0, 2-0. NA really came out hot there. Like I said, you know, maybe the better SMG presence can really pay dividends on these smaller maps. I think this map really tests your fundamentals. Magic able to pick up the kill on A-bomb there. A-bomb just assumed he would carry on running. Magic knew he was there and was able to pick up the kill. For some reason, the spectator loves to hang on dead bodies. Welcome to the stream, man. Absolute legend of the scene. And the best team leader you could possibly imagine, but we're getting distracted here. So this is a sort of 2-cap you probably would prefer. This sort of BC holds. A flag has got a lot of entrances on both sides, a lot of doorways you have to mess around with and push out. I mean, you saw NA start out with a bunch of kills. KSA coming straight back, not messing around. Good shots from A-bomb there to pick up the guy, pushing upstairs to B. But no, I mean, again, both teams are capable of slaying out. It's whichever team is able to translate that into you know, a flag cap for a reasonable amount of time. 2-pack getting a kill there onto Faisal for KS for NA. I think they're going to cap on A. That should be safe. Hopping on Wolfie here. Able to get a kill down range with that weird sight on the FG. Able to pick up another kill with the sort of teabag shots. Another kill onto A Harthy. He's still going. He's from both sides. That's unfortunate for him, but that was a good streak. Good aggressiveness. His squad is down. That's the sort of reason, I guess, why we couldn't swap players there, is because his whole squad was down. Again, hard to get a sort of overall view of this this map, judging by the indoors sort of areas. But you see, Undeathful, unfortunately, I was not able to get the 2-piece. Again, crazy trades. Usually, just the amount of players you have can be the difference in these games. Al Harthy again. Getting the spawn, maybe had the wrong gun for the occasion there. Wolfie able to pick up a 3-piece. I guess maybe more of a 2-piece realistically with the sort of cheesy revive death stuff, but I mean, it's really hard for teams to sort of get a foothold and hold it for any reasonable length of time, honestly. You sort of see the trades coming in, you expect a trade, he gets one, but again, I mean, someone's got to feel bad for me trying to spectate this, because Jesus wept, it's fast paced. You know, no one's here for much time at all. Again, like I said, the sort of general strategies are really important in this map, just so you know what to do, but most of the time on close quarter maps, you just got to trust your players to make the right decisions. It's not, you can't micromanage As a team leader, you cannot micromanage all these things. Again, you see the weird Xbox strats with the iron sight ZK, but you can't fault it when it results in a two-piece like that against two top players from the Middle East region. Revives coming in, which is extremely important as well. I mean, most players just do that by default now, but Raspithi really putting in work there with the 4 revives now. The revive train coming in hot. And then another, he doesn't just revive, he slays as well. He's going to get Storm as well. I mean, these sort of plays can be really useful when it comes down to these sort of teams. It's that close that you could, you know, win or lose the game based off how many revives you're giving to your team. Not just in the pure, you know, die and lose tickets numbers, but also in the, you know, keep the pressure on numbers, which is probably the main reason why you revive, is to not give them any breathing room. No delay, no chance of a squad wipe, you are back up again and pressing them. I mean, track Raspithi's movement from A to C. Apparently, wherever he goes, they might be able to cap a flag. This is the sort of thing. So if you know, commit too hard onto B, then you can kind of get trapped in. It's great to hold it, and then it's not very good if you don't have either flag on the wings, and you have to get out of that situation. I mean, there's a lot of space in the mid. You can get out of B. You know, you can jump out of the windows onto. Oh Jesus! Oh no! Oh no! There we go. Thought I was gonna have to travel some distance, but once you get locked into B, that could be a bad sign. And we've seen this 2-cap stay here for a while. I'm hopping on with Wanobi on the side of KSA. They're able to cap C, so that's huge. Welcome to the stream, Ash. Absolute beast. We have some GB guys in the chat, folks. You love to see it. No doubt, probably going to see something. Could easily see a GB KSA / NA semi-final. The way the seeding works, they won't be seeing each other in the group stage because it goes against Group B, Group D, sorry, and Group B goes against Group C. But semi-final, you could easily see this happening. So maybe Ash is trash. I'll do it for you, Dan. I got you, bro. Anyway, back to the game. I mean, it's so fast-paced and tradey that it's very hard to sort of do the play-by-play. Most players watching this would probably be able to analyze this themselves, to sort of see the level of the pay. Honestly, just that's the sort of difference you see. It's not just the aim. You know, every competitive player can aim. It's how fast can you do it? How often can you do it? How many times a map can you do it? Can you do it across 6 maps or just against 1? You know, do you have a cold map? Can't afford that. You know, that's the sort of thing you're going for. Welcome to Stream Elder, the Italian stallion. He's too big to fit, but that's okay. Everyone's welcome here on the BBL Twitch channel. I mean, the pistol whip's coming in, a bit ambitious. I mean, the disrespect to, you know, challenge with just a pistol, but I mean, saw Magic working it last round on Provence. But again, I mean, the SMG presence, I think, on NA is starting to sort of show. You've seen them, you know, hold 2 flags for a while now, able to get that lead that they sort of lost at the start, and you know, it's finally turning into points for NA, and you sort of do see the kill feed. It does seem to me to be leaning in that favour. Then again, having said that, we did see on both first maps. So on the first map, you know, they won the slaying advantage and lost the map overall, so that could easily happen again. It's, you know, the kills are great, but can you get the flag? That's probably the most important part of this of Squad Conquest. Welcome to the stream, QT out. I hope you have a great day. We are here on the floor, slanted, because we are absolutely stoned off the face of the earth. But you sort of see it. I mean, the amount of lanes you can push on this map, most of the fighting does go down in transit between them. So, you know, you sort of see a Deathball running from C to A, but he'll get killed in transit to B from just a random position that you, well, not random, but, you know, it's hard to read. It really is hard to read. Your reaction time is critical. And honestly, you know, sometimes you can do some random stuff, but at times you just got to do it at the same time. You know, two random people running in the same random place can actually result in a good play. Because, wait. and Deathball, you know what I'm saying about reaction time. Luckily, he has good reaction time and aim there. But initially, he didn't give a shit. Also funny, they don't realise there's a guy to the left here. And Deathball again is going to be in a situation where he gets a teammate killed and go, Deathball, what are you... Did you not see him? He's in a tough situation here. He might get killed from the crossfire, able to stay up. This is why being a medic is so important. He's doing that role to a T right now. Staying up, healing himself, holding a power angle. But I am going to move on because I don't think the push is going to give him too fast onto C. Looks like the push is going to come in. Outprints with a huge 3-piece on B there. Able to cap the flag for his team. Or is he? I'm not sure he is. I'm floating around like crazy. I mean, no, he's. I mean, he manages to get 4, I think. Jesus Christ. I mean, that won't translate onto anything on B, but that will kill a lot of NA players. You know, get them off the map, so they should be able to do an AC hold for a bit. Adamant and able to win the gunfight there against Al Harthi, but the 2-cap coming in from KSA. I mean, how much do you give that to Outprints? They're getting a 4-piece. I think getting one more, I think. Huge play from him. Gonna hop on here with Magic. Made the play last round. Unable to win the gunfight there against Kamiho. But again, I mean, a lot of these times, these gunfights, you can't, you know, you can't rely on a player to win all the gunfights when they're going back and forth this fast. Didn't notice that Wolfie's got 27 kills. Insane pace. I mean, there is a lot of time to get kills in these maps, but like I said, the trades are so effective against these sort of players that I mean, can you really expect to get 27 kills when the trades are coming in that fast? That's an insane scoreline. that was a great try for Smear, maybe against top players. Panzerfausts aren't really the way, but again, we've seen some questionable uses of gadgets and pistols and all sorts of stuff. Again, extremely close the whole way from start to finish, back and forth, losing leads, building up a lead, trip caps, 4 pieces, all sorts of stuff going on. This is everything that this matchup lived up for, which I'm very glad it went through. Initially, a lot of issues with, obviously, time periods. Again, I like to reiterate, it is very late in Saudi Arabia. And the NA guys are struggling to get numbers, but I think I'm very glad it's gone down, because this is the sort of tight game that you'd love to see. Undeathable, able to get 1, going to re-peek on a very small angle. He's probably going to get swarmed here, unable to hold the angle. Luckily he is able to stay up, and they are randomly shooting each other in the smoke now. 2-pack able to get the win. Able to get the gunfight win. The trade's coming in again. Monobi, there's still a guy on the flag behind him. He's able to stay up. Almost got the turn on, but his teammate's able to get the turn on. He's probably going to come in for the revive. He knows Ratapithi's probably here, though. You can probably hear him. Oh, there is these sandbags on C, which are amazing. Massive pain in the ass. But A-bomb coming in from behind with the dynamite here. Don't mind the camera work, guys. It's all going out the window. I mean, A-bomb needs to go huge here. Able to get the 1. He's going to get traded out, no doubt. There it is. He has got support here. North America able to cap C. And they are getting the cap on B. This is another trip cap. Late game. No way. I mean, there's no way they managed to clutch that up again. I bet the party chat is absolutely lit right now. They are losing A, but I think it might be too late for KSA here. Again, the ticket count is so close. I think that's it. I think they just lost too many guys, let alone the flag caps, and I think it's going to be something like 9-0 to NA. But at the end of the game, huge trip cap coming in so late on. Able to clutch the game, and there you have it. 10-0. But, okay, looks like we're all in the server just in time, so love to see that. And we're about to kick off once again. Thank you again for joining, everyone. Hope you're having a good evening. If you want to show your friends, your family, your cat, and your dog maybe, if they're interested in Battlefield Competitive, this is the place to be right now. It is the best teams in the world, best national teams in the world, going against each other, and we are kicking off again on the main maps. This is probably where most guys feel the most comfortable, because it's not just some random crap, as you might see on other maps. Heading over to B here, hopping on with Adamant in the tank on B. They've decided to go for a B push instead of, go to the C repair station, which is interesting. I mean, he gets a kill, sees his guys go down around him with our Prince being the culprit. Fellow 1-up member But that's interesting to play against each other. You do see that a lot on these national teams, you know, I guess like club, clan members going against each other. Gets another pick on Magic, which is another guy I don't want in this matchup. He's going to back up here. He's under a bit of pressure. I mean, the tanker for KSA is applying a bit of pressure. That guy is going to be L1. Going to hop off Adamant there for a sec. I mean, despite the fact that he was getting hit, they were able to win the gunfights on B, which is huge. Jones able to get a kill pick on a Deathball with 1 health. A wave of kills. This is, again, I mean, how I mentioned that the close quarter snaps will benefit the NA team with the better SFG players, in my opinion. I think this sort of map usually would favour the KSA players. I mean, you are looking at a guy like Wolfie to stay with the FG, but with that sight at this kind of range, maybe that's not the best thing. Having said that, they are coming out to a quick lead here for NA. How long they're able to keep that, it's probably going to be a lot quicker, a lot longer than we saw on the first 3 maps. You know, medium, small, small, almost medium, small, extremely small maps in that order. And this is one of the bigger maps in the rotation that we play competitively. So, as I said, it is a core map since the very start of Squad Conquest. Once T8s were played, these are the maps you've been playing on in repeat. Teams have a lot of practice on this map. There is no excuse for losing due to bad mistakes. Magic able to get the kill on Adamant just before he goes down. Huge pick on a Ras. These tanks can be a pain in the ass. So now the NA tank's down, and L1, the tanker for KSA, is behind C, behind this rock area with a repairman. Good luck taking him down anytime soon. That's not going to happen. I can tell you that right now. That's not happening anytime soon. So a huge pick there by Magic. Not just a Slayer, also putting in some work. Having said that, I mean, it's funny. I mean, logically, they shouldn't be anywhere near C. Raspithi able to get the trades in his favour with that brain gun. I see a few Lewis guns, but no one's represented Lewis gun quite like your boy, unfortunately. But it's all good. Clearly, the nerf was too harsh. I reckon it should get buffed, in my opinion. Moving swiftly on. I mean, you will probably see. Okay, I'm gonna hang around and see here for the retake because I think this is gonna be the plan. Don't think there's anything changing on B realistically. Adamant able to come back with a vengeance after they're dying as a tank with a 2-piece. He knows the tank's there. Able to get picked by Magic, but that's quickly traded out by Storm from top barn. And NA have done a great job of losing, well, not a great job of losing their tank, but they lost their tank and was able to actually win the gunfights on C. They're able to maintain their lead. Now, do they read? Not quick enough. After that first kill goes down, you'd expect the trade, or at least to avoid the trade from the NA players, but line of sight was too strong. Undeathable able to win the gunfights in sort of mid-area, and there we go. Finally, this tank spawn. It's not just the fact that the tank's there. Tank's not really done anything else but be as a spawn presence and just stress them out. You have to be you have to be stressed out when you've got a tank back there on that C spawn. Adamant able to get back, but I think we're not going to see much change there. It looks like the next big thing you're going to see is NA try and actually go for the cheeky A push. I mean, it's a risky one, but they can do it. And KSA have got this line here. Wolfie, it's going to stress him out. The attacker privilege comes in. If you're not aware, if you're a defender and an attacker comes on the flag, you will lose that flag to give attackers the privilege there to try and speed the game up. But Battlefield 5 remains a very defensive game, and you see A-Bomb picking up a 2-piece. If he's able to get the 3, that could be huge because he's almost single-handedly won them A flag. Maybe plays a bit too slow. Maybe he could be a bit faster. But he's probably worrying, but he's going to peek. He doesn't know what I know. With 3 and 1 now, it doesn't look like it's going to change much. So I'm going to fly on over now. Important thing to note is that the KSA's tanker has gone to repair or resupply. Probably resupply. Which gives Adamant some time to be aggressive here. Trying to kill Magic as he gets away. Storm missing his shots with the Tommy gun at mid-range. Magic doing a good job to staying alive here. He's 10 health with no heals. So he's probably stuff. Camillo didn't see him lying down on his back, which is fair enough. I mean, Magic's getting some free kills. It should have been a free kill anyway. Swipes a bit too hard there. Maybe Raspithi's able to get this trade before he goes down. Able to get one, probably not the second one. He wasn't even looking at him and he still gets the kill because that's how things go down. So immersive. A-Bomb losing the gunfight there to Al-Hathi. Sorry I wasn't able to get that on camera there. He is on 3 health though. Again, this is the trade stuff we're talking about. Like, even if you win the gunfight, you're probably going to be weak. And, you know, you're at your most vulnerable when you shoot. In probably any shooter game. Is when you start attacking, people look in your direction. Again, extremely close. I mean, the flags, despite this being a bigger map, the flags have been going back and forth about as much, or at least contested for so long. Players doing really well to stay alive, prolong their existence and their distraction potential. Magic, 10 health. He's going to get pushed from the river here. He doesn't know it yet, but he's staying alive for spawns. Oh no, he won't get pushed from that. That's his teammate. He actually might be fine here. Adamant's back in spawn. He's clearly being pushed back by something. He's actually able to stay alive really well. And they do have the back control here, and their tank is also coming back, so, you know, big 2-piece from Tupac there, but it doesn't look to me like they're going to win this flag anytime soon. I do say that, and then just beat someone with this ZK from range. Tank in the back here. Smoking's a weird one with the medic class. You can love it and you can hate it. You know, Adamant might be a bit pissed that his teammates just smoked out the tank so he can't kill him, but equally, the medic is more than happy to not be able to see the tank anymore. So, go both ways. Communicate with your tanker is probably the best way to do that. Kamiho knows there's a guy on rock here. That's a tough gunfight to win, and Deathable wins that one out. And there's no easy kills against these players, you know. This is the difference between competitive and public, is just there's no easy kills. It's hard to get, you know, double-digit kills against these caliber players. They're all pre-aiming. They're all behind a head glitch. They've all got the best guns in the game in their hands. You see the STG-44 coming out strong. Now, we haven't seen this so far, so Adamant's finally commanded a repairman. Raspithi, a guy who I believe is capable of getting 20 bombs, is now a repairman. I mean, no one's above repairing a tank, especially when it's getting pummeled like this. This is the sort of perilous situation you can be in as a support player. Jeffro knows that even I have to repair sometimes. And I think Adamant's a bit screwed, to be honest. I mean, he's got a lot of inventory around him. He's able to kill the guy next to him. If he's able to get this kill, I don't think he will. I think he's screwed. I say that. I think that one missed shot could have been the difference there. I think L1 could have hit that. But that is asking a lot. He's able to survive, though. I mean, how important is that, really? I mean, they haven't got C already. He could honestly pull some weird stuff and maybe try and reinforce B. Or maybe you'd like to try and keep them honest on C at this point. I think the main gunfight's going down over on this A side. You see L1 trying to pick people off. This is a great spot for the tank on the repair station. You know, looking at A flag from a distance, they're so far away that, you know, they can barely touch you, really. Gunfight's going down. I believe it's a 1v1 now. Al Prince versus Tupac. Al Prince top B. Tupac using his smokes well. He wants to get the advantage, the gunfight advantage in his favour. Goes for a 2v1. You know, Fear 5 is very baity. A lot of times you can you know, accept your teammates going down if it means that you can get the kill. Get this guy out of the power position, which Al Prince is in right now. Magic coming with the 2-piece, gets traded out by Storm elsewhere, but I mean, it's swarming with KSA players now in the blue outlines. The guy below Tupac, Wolfie's there to support him, but there's so many guys now. He gets flanked in the end. I think Undeathable, and then L1 able to coming with the tank. As I pointed out, Jones still alive there, but it doesn't look like that's going to change much anytime soon. NA have still held B. I don't think there's anyone there, which is hilarious. And that is so... Yeah, they spawn up there thinking, guys, surely, you know, they get wiped on A eventually. They spawn up on B, and this is the hold. Tupac trying to push lanes out. Wolfie could probably do a better job than that far back this early on. But I appreciate the sentiment. It shows how much respect players have for each other, really, to think that they can get to A, to get to B from A that quickly. And he has to be on the head glitch on the truck, and he's not going to be able to do much. But luckily, A-bomb's gone for a 4-piece, so that always helps. Huge play from him. I mean, honestly, he's just pretty much single-handedly just kept there, destroyed KSA's push there. Obviously, other kills come through, but the huge 4-piece, that can't be unstated there. And KSA now have to think about what they're doing. So Adamant is under pressure again. He's gone down once already. He escaped death once before, and now he's completely one-shot. It looks like he's out of smoke. Gets out Prince, but not before he gets taken down. Adamant again. As I'm tilted, as I'm sure he is as well, going down for the second time. Extremely close game here. It looks like NA are taking control there, so they have got the 2-cap. Their tank has just gone down, but how important that is up for debate, honestly. If they're able to keep this 2-cap, then do they really need their tanker at this point? You know, hasn't really been that impactful. Al-Harthi, 18-6, 19-6 for the loss. I mean, L1 is 5-0, but Adamant is 12-4 as a tanker, which is not what you'd expect from a tanker, but he has got 12, so it's like, L1's perfect. He hasn't died, but he hasn't actually impacted the game as much as maybe you'd like. Again, hard to understate how important having a tank in the back of a flag is, just for mind games purposes of just which flag are you going to go for. Do we really have to push with the one with the huge armored tank on it? But honestly, it hasn't translated into much. This is a huge hold here. Storm Slayer with 4 with the SDG gets taken out again. We've seen that with A-bomb on Big Tree a second ago. Storm now on C. Unfortunately, though, unlike A-bomb's quad, not to take anything away from him, but it didn't translate into much. And Death will able to get the trades in, and the spawns come back up. So unfortunately, empty kills there, but it just shows the skill level of some of these players. Magic coming in from behind, gets Kameho. Can he get Raspithi as well? Asking a lot, but he is going to reach out and get the kill. 3-piece Magic, able to keep C. But having said that, NA again out-rotate KSA on these bigger maps. Getting that rotation in, losing flags, and just going, okay, that's fine, you can have it. We're going to make your tank travel all the way to A. On the NASCAR track that is this field over here. And we're just going to tell you, fine. Your tank is going to have to come off the field at one point. Even tanks can play for KD, guys. And I think finally he's made the decision that, well, with 6 tickets left in the game, he finally made the decision that maybe he should be a bit more aggressive. It's not over, but it basically is. In terms of the death tickets, you really have to be perfect. A-bomb coming. Oh, okay. Okay. A-bomb. Adamant. Lighting up the kill feed. And that is going to be the biggest victory we've seen so far. This is a huge win for NA on one of the core maps with a decent amount of tickets. Yeah, the deaths come through. Nothing they could do on the side of KSA. And the NA team with a 31 ticket win there on Arras. This then decides the seeding, so whoever comes second in this group will have to face the stronger team, which comes out of B, Group B, which looks like either Italy or Poland, who have both shown their skill so far. Both very strong teams which should not be underestimated. And you want to give yourself the easiest trip to the finals as you can. But again, both these teams could easily make a semi-final from either seed. They're that talented from an 8-man roster. So be very interested to see the tactics here. The tactic looks like mid-map, which is not something you see often, I have to say. See how well this goes. Al-Harthi running at mid-map. Gets pre-fired like crazy, and I think they read that like a book and they just think, really? There's that many guys mid? And maybe this is why you don't see this tactic come out so often, because you are choke pointing yourself. I mean, Adamant with a few kills. Faisal still alive. Adamant with a 3-piece. He starts off hot. He's actually got 4 so far. the NA tanker is putting in some work. Okay, Faisal is behind a guy here, but he's so behind that he's going to be spotted. Could have been Maybe valued his life a little bit too much there, honestly. Could have gone for the kill. Wolfie unable to win the gunfight. Storm going straight for the revive. He doesn't give a shit about the guy next to him, but he does now once he kills him around the corner. I believe that's just a spectator glitch, but he runs straight past the guy. He's right there, able to turn on him, gets the squad assist. Adamant able to help out again. Rewards him with the medic pouch. I mean, the slaying of NA has just woken up all of a sudden. It really has. You could see this game going either way slaying wise, but right now NA have just caught fire and KSA don't know where to look. They've got guys either side. Adamant again with the help of Storm. He starts off 7-0. Good start for him. KSA here now electing to go for this tram side push onto B. Honestly, I think they've got a chance here now. I think they've got a great chance. Need a bit more smoke, but they've got the players here to make a difference. But they do need a few more medics. This is the sort of thing where the clash restrictions do come in. You know, you can't just say, okay guys, let's go 8 medics one side now, all of you smoke and we'll get through guaranteed. It's now like, okay, I need my medics in my squad to do their job right now and to, you know, place them the right way. I need my assault players to slay out the right way. I need my support players to hold the right angles. You know, the reliance on these roles now is increased with the class restriction because you can't just overload a certain map with a certain class anymore, which I think is a positive thing for the community as a whole. And you see a lot of crazy shit going on. There we go. Finally, you see KSA managing to get through. Almost goes down, but that's a huge play from him just to get the position here, because he knows that if there's guys spawning on him now, that he can control top B and maybe even leaked away if they aren't watching this side, which they are not. So if he's smart, and I think he is, as he leaks away, that he knows they're going to get this flank in. A leaning player, okay. 2-pack should have killed him. Magic should have killed him originally, didn't, reloaded. Luckily though, Faisal is through, and they do know he's through because he just killed A-bomb onto A. Faisal is the key player here for KSA. These gunfights probably predictably go in the favour of NA. This is the thing on Rotterdam though, so, you know, the better spawn for NA, that's definitely something to note. They do have the favoured spawn, but as soon as they let one player get through, this is where it can all go badly wrong. So you are going to see a big push onto B, but I do want to keep your attention on A. I think the gunfights go in favour of the KSA team. Alharthi's picks up Storm there. The push onto B is pretty strong, so you could see a trip cap coming in here. KSA getting NA's home spawn on A and pushing onto B. They're overloading it like crazy now. And this is how you get back the the deficit you might necessarily get on a bad spawn. Huge win by Alharthi. He is a minority on the flag though. Storm with a 2-piece. Storm with a wasn't able to get the 3. I thought he was for a second. The revives come in, and this is huge. So where are the NA players? What's the play here? They have got a B spawn. Raspithi is leaking to C. Well, he was going to gets picked up, so no leak onto C. They are desperately trying to get back their A flag here. I'm going to hop on with Joan. On A flag, he knows there's a guy back here. Can he find him? He knows he's here somewhere. Finally, they find him. Wolfie gets 1, gets 2 with the hatchet. So they are able to get back A, but this is what I mean. So now, this is probably the key part of the game. This could go either way. NA have taken back A. They've had to spawn back at home. That kind of sucks because they had such a good start. And it all started with Faisal's flank on the right side, drawing guys away from B, which means they can take B, which means they can push up onto A and cause a trip cap. They weren't able to get flank on C. I haven't seen anyone swimming yet, which is something you usually see on Rotterdam when things get desperate. But Magic, I mean, able to get A as well. Is he accompanied by, yeah, he's got some friendlies as well. So this is really bad news for NA. You've got Joan in the middle and Storm, okay, he goes down. So you've got 2 mid sandbags. able to pick up kills. Just individual gunfight wins there, which is huge. But they are getting pinched from behind from A. So he loses a gunfight. So Wolfie's now by himself. He gets the spawn off 2-pack. 2-pack goes down instantly. Wolfie has to win the gunfight. He does. But again, he is stretched thin. Yeah. Stretched very thin. NA able to leak to C, though, which is a huge play for them. Honestly, though, I'm not particularly interested because it's not going to get them the 2-cap. And you see this situation where they've basically completely lost their initial lead, which makes things very interesting. This is the time when KSA needs to step up and say, okay, equal game, guys. We've got 2-cap coming in, albeit not the 2-cap we would prefer because, you know, we've got their home spawn, which they can just keep spawning on again and again and again. Faisal needs to stay alive here as he gets chased by NA players coming off spawn. He needs to stay up. Magic goes down. You expect to see guys spawning in pretty quickly. They aren't actually pushing A directly, though, from that channel, which is probably smart. But they know that there's going to be guys on A. Specifically where they're going to be is going to be up for debate. This is an interesting position. Yeah, very interesting. In that room. The sandbags. Magic hops over. Well, you learn something new every day, I guess, guys. And I've just learned that you can build sandbags up on A and stay alive there. There's 2 guys, isn't there? He has an idea, but he's not pushing anytime soon. You can hear them knocking around. In the meantime, they managed to... NA have managed to hold on to C, which they captured a while ago now, on that leak. Gunfight's going down. Crazy trades. Magic eventually bides his time so well that he's actually able to get the last trade. Call it baiting, call it patience, call it smart play, whatever you want to call it. It resulted in a flag cap on A. Thing is, though, NA are able to get their A random spawn because they haven't kept it quick enough. Is anyone going to take it? I assume someone was going to take it, hence why I'm flying over here, but I don't think anyone did. I think everyone took their main spawn, which means that they are now going medics and a support against 2 assault players. So the range advantage to KSA here and defensive advantage with PG. Wolfie having to push up. He's going to reload that FG. That was an incendiary smoke, I guess. Our Prince goes down. Able to get through. He's probably going to get traded any second because he needs some health. They are no means out of the woods yet, though, on this flag. But this is kind of good for NA. Like, even if they lose this game at the pace they're losing it, it's going to be difficult for KSA to get the ticket win. You know, even if they lose by like 10 tickets, then KSA have to make that difference upon Hamada, which they would also have to win by now a significant margin. So NA are going to be feeling good about themselves. Obviously, they'll want to win as many maps as they can. But if you do have to lose maps, then that's going to be huge. So I mean, KSA have done a great job of just holding what isn't their home spawn. I say that they will go down at once. Wolfie, Raspithy, the PG guys coming through. Raspithy again, hanging around mid. No bloody no. Okay, was about to pull an absolute world star. And Deathable coming in for the revive. This quick revive tactic is very risky, but often very rewarding because it's so cavalier, I guess. So unexpected in how abrasive it is. Amazing finesse from Undeathable. Unfortunately, his shots don't match his finesse potential. Have to get one. But he did delay there enough time for his teammates to set up on B. Now, Alprince going for the dislodge. That's actually a huge kill. Fair play to him for going for the anchor kill and sacrificing his KD. They know there's a guy back in this room actually on B. Faisal just knocking around here. He's going to be very important. He decides not to get to B, but to go to A. I love that. Great decision, and they're able to hold on to B. So now they know. Now the NA players hopefully know that they are stuffed on both fronts now. They need to win gunfights on B, and they need to get guys spawned up on A before Faisal has players spawn up on him and capture A flag. Gunfights going down on B. Absolutely crazy stuff. Very fast pace. But I think we are clear for a second. I mean, there is NA players mid-sandbags and sort of, you know, general mid-area, probably leaking to Riverside. They need to probably go for a river leak, I think, if I was them. And I think that's exactly what they're going for. But not really. Raspithi could, for example, be underwater, because if he loses this gunfight, which he doesn't, luckily, you know, good skill can get you out of a bad situation at times. But you do see this with some teams where they are beatable. That little choice of not going Riverside, he does get through, but I can't imagine a world where that doesn't work. Or at least they wouldn't know he had got through. I think they now know he had got through. I think they're happy to sacrifice it though, because the trip cup does come in. This is huge for KSA. This win is not only a win as the kills come in. The kills come in huge. Al Prince and Magic and Al Harthy with big games. Wolfie went for 23, but it's not enough. I think this is a very, very important, not only a victory, but a 32 ticket victory for KSA, which puts them in the range of, you know, winning Hamada, which they have to do. The league kicks off when RSP drops in Chapter 5 at one point, which could be any time between now and, you know, December, hopefully, would be a nice little Christmas present, wrapped up in a perfect little Christmassy bow. We can only hope. But yeah, the team league will kick off at that point, and we will continue to cast huge matches between the best players in the world at Battlefield 5. We are going to kick off our sixth and final map between North America and Saudi Arabia. Bringing it to you live. As you see, a very heavy push between just down the middle on the side of KSA. They usually can get in position quicker, and they have done very effectively. Magic opening things up. Gonna need players like Magic and Deathable, Al Prince, Al Harthy to step up and get some kills. You see the flank coming in. Interested to see what he does. He doesn't go for back B because you probably heard the player there. Adamant kills himself somehow. Probably because I don't know. Not the tanker? He doesn't go for the tanker. That's interesting. Trades coming through on the side of KSA. A-bomb. Knows there's the guy top med box. Doesn't want to press too hard. Needs this guy spawning on him. Jones ammo box. He's going to get one. Gets traded. Again, just that buddy system. Working together as a two. Getting trades. Works very well. Think of the best duos in the game. And see how they work together. Trading each other out. Working together, communicating, teamwork, chemistry. Very undervalued, I think, when you talk about top teams. Just how long people have been playing together can really make a difference. I think you'll see that later on in the tournament. People, you know, keep the composure and perform in big games like this, where all the pressure is on KSA opening up with an early lead on this map. They need 18 tickets and a victory to win the map overall. This is a huge game for the rest of the tournament. This will shape how the rest of the tournament shapes up in the knockout stages. Proceeding. Adamant on B does, I think he just redeployed and picked the tank. Maybe he missed it by accident. It happens. It happens both ways. I usually pick the tank by accident. Adamant happy to sit on B. I mean, there's no pressure coming in from QP here because he is a medic. And there was a slight push onto A from... Not a slight push, actually. A sizable push onto A, which is KSA's home spawn. Kamiho gets traded out. It's a 2-on-2, but they do have L1 here as the tank backup. But they are going to go for the revive. Storm has been doing a great job all game again for those revives. Gets a kill. Just want to give you the sort of aerial view here to see how these sort of gunfights play out. Storm has done a great job of staying alive. Raspithi is... should probably skip that. I don't know what he's waiting for. Storm unable to pick up the kill. But he's going to push. He's going to be able to get it. Huge gunfight wins for NA. So now they bring that initial lead that KSA had down to about even. Raspithi holds on for that long that he's able to get a revive. saving the KD boys, which is already 3-3, so there's no need. He could have easily revived and just been there quicker, but it's all good. KSA not giving up though on their home flag, which is a good decision to make. They have given up on B though, which is another good decision to make. We'll now be there with the 2-piece on A, I believe. Huge. But now NA are going to respond to that and say, okay, you got your home flag back, that's fine. We're going to cap our own home flag back as well. And you do see a numbers advantage here with, I believe, Adamant coming into frame now. And 4 infantry. You've got a medic beaming people with the ZK from Bridge Tower. Magic, last guy alive on seat. Asking a lot. Guy behind him. He's just going to back up. Somehow Kamiho doesn't hear him or see him. Magic able to get 2. He knows the pressure's on. Teammates spawning on him. Very good lean there from Storm. Difficult to read that if you're Magic. Really difficult. But he was able to stay alive long enough that S3 was able to spawn on him, and they think they're done. Which I've seen this a lot. Just staying alive. When we say stay alive, we mean don't do anything. You don't have to get a 3-piece. Just do anything. Sit in a corner, stay silent, don't move. And that's exactly what S3 did there with the help of Magic. Magic now spawns on his own squad member, and hopefully for them, gunfight's going in their favour. Magic getting pressured from Bridge Tower. He's going to get hopped over, and he does get taken out eventually. So good, good swift response there from NA. You know, they didn't realise the guy was still there, but as soon as they do, they go straight back and go, okay, let's do it again. Let's beam these guys again. But now that has given enough of a distraction for KSA to push on to B, and you do see L1 able to get a tank kill. There's tank on tank action going down here. That's his teammate, don't shoot him. The tank's on their side, they're both slanted so they can't actually shoot each other because the turret won't go down enough. You just get pressured from low stairs. The kill's heavily in favour of NA, so L1 is a bit pressured. You do see this push here. Jones probably going to re-peek with some dynamite maybe or a Panzerfaust to his left, but he also doesn't want to peek too much to get himself killed. Waits for the spawn. That's about as easy as a kill you're going to see against these two teams. The mechanics there, perfectly fine. 1OB able to trade him out though. Hopping on with Magic here. I mean, the AB hold has come in for KSA despite the fact that they lost a massive wave of kills, but there is no one on the flag, so they could easily lose it as Wolfie hops on the flag. Magic is above him. It's up to him how quickly he tries to retake this. They are also, KSA are also losing a huge beam machine from Wolfie there onto green boxes. He knows there's more, he's just revived, so not much gained there, but not really his fault. Probably a smart play to stay alive. His squad is down. 3 peaks, unable to get another kill with the FG. Not very popular gun, but a very strong one. The fastest firing rate sport weapon. You might see it more and more as you see the class restrictions come in. If you want to be that, you know, fast-paced slayer, while also not exceeding the class limit, you might see a lot of FGs come out. Those sort of players will be very crucial on smaller maps to give your team an extra medic slot, essentially. If you've got a player who can run FG that well, that he can do it on a small map like Underground, for example, that is a top tip from your boy to free up a medic space for someone else who could use it more effectively. Magic. Medbox tower. Just going to preempt the door. He's going to pre-fire the door. Gets a kill for it. Unable to get the second one, but he does stay alive. And he's going to instantly reach out. Pre-fires the stairs, thinking someone's going to come up. Doesn't see anyone. Just see a guy. Oh, he's going to get pushed. He's probably dead. Finesses him. His teammate, I think Alprince saved him there. Great teamwork. A timely kill. A-bomb. Last guy alive for NA. On this ammo box side of B. Again, extremely close. Have to reiterate. KSA have to win this map if they want to win, and they have to win it by 18 tickets at least. I mean, if they win by 17, then we would be at a draw, and we'd have to play a deciding game, I think. Which would be insane. Absolutely insane. But for now, it's extremely close, as we've seen the whole length of the way. would probably take this opportunity to thank both teams for being so evenly matched. It's great to cast, great to watch such a close game. Our Prince hopped up using the green box hop up sort of a course, almost like an assault course. You have to pick up a kill. Very strong position, especially hard to read. Players coming up there. NA though, able to cap C, the home spawn. There is one more guy. Storm's able to get another kill. 3-piece from Storm. He's been great all evening long. And the fine, okay, I don't know how KSA. I still, and Deathable's the last guy. He needs to stay alive. That's probably not what you want to do. Don't see why he moved there. He could have maybe stayed, but honestly, maybe he's dead anyway in that situation. Wasn't looking up for him. And NA coming in with a 2 cap. It looks like KSA again going to be able to stop the trip cap coming in. But the wave of kills that NA just got is huge. I would be amazed if KSA could bring it back from here and bring this back to a victory, because there's just, they're all on A. You know, they're all stuck on A right now. I guess the strategy here is for Wolfie to be taken down on this left side very quickly. But Adamant reads it, and they've just hard countered it. They just like, okay, they're on the left, that's fine. We're not going to avoid them. We're just going to put a roadblock up and say, you're not going through. You shall not pass. Gandalf style. And Adamant taking pot shots at L1. He's going to have to back up. Wanobi trying to smoke the cross so he can get past, but he's... Oh, there's a lot of pressure now as KSA get a massive wave of infantry kills. Again, see how well Adamant does here to stay alive. He's focusing on the tank more than anyone else, I believe. Obviously, he can't see his outline, but he does know he's in that general direction. You'll be able to see the tire tracks coming into view now. L1 able to get shot off before he goes around the corner. There's still a lot of pressure here. Unfortunately, there's 3 medics on this push and only 2 assault players, and you do see the NA players coming in. Magic able to get the trade in. He's going to get traded by Kameho probably. Trades are in favour. It's these players that can get a 2-piece up in about 2 seconds. You've literally got about 2-3 seconds to get a 2-piece, and then you will die. Almost 100%. And players like Magic are able to do that quite consistently across all 6 games that I've watched tonight. Leading his team in slaying. But leading the whole lobby in slaying is Storm Slayer with 15 kills for NA, which is probably translated into their lead. Although KSA have got a 2 cap, they need to be extremely efficient with everything they do right now. Not just the flags, obviously, for the 2 cap and to drain tickets off the NA's side, but also the kills. And I say that, and then they get 5-man wiped, unfortunately for them. It looks like NA able to get back C. Obviously, the C spawn, C random's still available. QP takes it, gets taken down instantly. Again, we've seen this. I think eventually the slaying power from NA has just been a bit too hard for KSA to keep up with across 6 maps. I do have to reiterate, as a semi-excuse, because I think like I would mention this if I was KSA. I would mention it is, I think, something like 2-3 AM in Saudi Arabia. So something to keep in mind for them. It is not over though. It is not over by any stretch. As long as there's 18 tickets on the side of KSA, it is not over. Their tanker is about to go down. Adamant knows that. He's pushing like crazy. He's going for it. He's not messing around. He's on fire. Adamant gets another hit. He is repairing him. He has to get another hit. He's super duper one shot by this tank. He's getting pushed. He's 25 health. He runs over one, pings one to his right, and there's a tank in front of him. He gets the tank as well, I think. He's 50 health. This guy's all around him. Huge plays from Adamant. Our Prince is right there. He Panzerfausts him in the ass. Oh, completely lost the fucking play for a sec. As I spin around, Adamant is alive though, because our Prince is dead. Storm Slayer wins the gunfight on B. And now there's Joan winning gunfights on A flag. And we have lost. We have gone past the 18 ticket threshold for KSA as NA slaying, led by Storm Slayer, I believe. And a huge play from Adamant there in mid, which you don't usually see on as a tanker, able to win the gunfights. And that is going to do it for this crazy NA versus KSA matchup. It's going to be 4-2 in favour of NA, as the 2 cap is not going to be able to be neutralised in time. just judging by their spawn position. It's been an incredible game. Both teams, extremely talented players. And eventually, it could have gone either way, but NA do take it in the end. And you do see a 55 ticket victory on Hamada.